Our environment nearly influences everything we do. Forming good habits will be significantly harder in the wrong environment. Quitting bad habits will be significantly harder in the wrong environment. Staying consistent will be significantly harder in the wrong environment. Our goal here is to create an environment conducive to the behaviors and habits we want to create or quit. In this video, I'll show you how to craft both physical and digital surroundings with just 4 simple steps each that make performing your habits easier, helping you stay more consistent, and honestly, who doesn't want that? And I say this as someone who optimized my environment so that I've read more than a book a week for a year. I've journaled daily for more than 1.5 years. I've consistently meditated, went to the gym, and quit bad habits such as social media, degeneracy, and video games. And a big part of why this was possible is because of my conducive environment. So let's dive in. First and foremost, the most fundamental issue that most people believe is that they just use their willpower. And while your willpower may succeed for the first couple of days, when it comes to starting a new habit or quitting a bad habit, you will inevitably fall to your environment. If you have a non-beneficial environment, it will get you. There's no way around it. Your environment wins in the long run. And there is a quote by James Clear that summarizes my point here. Life is a game, and if you want to guarantee better results over a sustained period of time, the best approach is to play the game in an environment that favors you. Winners often win because their environment makes winning easier. The average person these days spends more than 4 hours on their phone. I made a little calculation, and if that person lives till the age of 80, that person would have spent more than 15 years on their phone looking at the screen. To do what? Something productive? Oh, no. Research says that the most common uses include texting, browsing social media, making phone calls, and playing video games. That's 15 years. 15 years just gone. So what you could do is trade the time, these 15 years, with working towards your goals. That would be 15 years of tennis experience, football experience, business experience, sales experience, music experience. And I'm pretty sure you'd be able to be one of the best if you stick with something for 15 years. On the other hand, you won't be the best social media scroller on earth. I think I've made my point quite obvious here. Our goal is to try to reduce our screen time because it doesn't contribute to our goals. And to change this bad habit, we need to change the digital environment that's inside our phones and our computers and our tablets. So the first step is to go ahead and delete all apps that you haven't used this week. Haven't used this random app in the last week? Delete it. Just delete all the stuff that you don't need. There's 2 exceptions. One is if Apple doesn't allow to delete it, then just hide it from your main screen. And 2 is if you haven't used an app like internet banking or something for school, and right now you are currently in holidays, then of course just keep it, but hide it from your main screen. Second step is to delete all social media on your phone and iPad. Delete YouTube, delete Instagram, delete X, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Discord, and all video games, except chess maybe, and messaging like WhatsApp. And really just go one by one and delete every single social media networking app. Say goodbye Instagram. And what I've done, because I still find myself on social media quite often, is because I had it on my browser, on Google on my phone. And so I just signed out of these apps. And if you have a computer, tablet, then you should definitely do this too. First step is to keep your environment clean. Have a clean wallpaper, mine is just black. Have one page with all the apps you need on your phone. On your computer, your launchpad should be clean. Structure the apps to categories or folders. Same goes for your Finder or Explorer. Don't have any stuff on your desktop, keep it clean. And inside Google, have all the essential bookmarks that you need. And again, sign out of all websites. Fourth and final step when it comes to your digital environment should be to set your phone, iPad, and maybe even your computer on grayscale mode. Quite simple to understand. You don't get any stimulation to look at the screen, and so breaking the habit is a lot easier. So turn your phone into grayscale right now. And once you've done all these 4 steps, then you can watch the rest of the video. So if you haven't done them yet, do it now and then we'll move to the physical environment. Let me tell you a quick story, and it was always like that for me. So whenever I had my bad habits and I decided to change, the first thing I did was always to clean up my wardrobe, my room, rearranging things, and this always worked because you get an easy win through doing that, and everything doesn't look messy anymore, and you believe yourself from now on that your life is in order again. So in part 2 I will show you how a clean environment can help you stay consistent, so that this effect in my story I just told you doesn't just happen once but always. So the first step is to clean your room, area, house, apartment. Take a vacuum cleaner and remove all dust. Even vacuum the parts you wouldn't normally, behind the door, under the couch, behind the end of the world. And I mean it. Afterwards, I promise you, you'll feel amazing. And to keep this feeling up, you need to clean your room at least twice a week. When you're bored, instead of picking up your phone, take the vacuumer and drive around with it for 10 minutes. Step number 2 requires some more effort. And it is to remove all the stuff you don't need. Don't need this random candle, this poster, this thing, then throw it to the bin. Something reminds you of bad behavior, throw it away. You don't need all these cables. Throw away those you don't need. Become a minimalist. Not that far, but only have the things you need and things that help you. And things that contribute to your goal. You don't need 2 screens, sell the one. You don't collect these figures anymore, then sell them. Simple as that. Take the time once every month to look through your things and evaluate if you need this or not. And if not, then give it away. Third is having an environment that allows you to focus easily. That's in reality the end goal. We move forward, be it in business, sports, in school, when we can focus. Focus is the ultimate habit, but we can't focus if our environment is a mess. That's also why we did step 1 and 2 and also cleaned our digital surrounding in part 1. So how do we focus? Focus is what remains if we starve distractions. This step is an ongoing process of keeping distractions out. Set rules. No phone on your desk. No rap music when deep working. Close the door. If your parents annoy you, then tell them in a nice way that you're trying to do something. Tell them, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, please leave me alone right now, I'm trying to focus. Close the door, put on noise cancelling headphones, and this will be a big game changer. And then just work. Ignore the noise, ignore the distractions, create a conducive environment that allows you to do what you need to do. It's easy, yet not many have an environment that helps them to focus. But if you do this third step, it may change your life. Last step is to place cues in your environment. If you want to play guitar more often, then put it in the middle of your room where you see it all the time. If you want to read a book after you wake, put it next to your bed right before you go to sleep. If you want to break bad habits, then make the cues invisible. Again, this is everything you need. So to conclude, if you can't do these 8 steps, these 8 easy steps, how do you expect to change your life, to achieve exceptional things? You can't. It all starts by making the decision to do these 8 steps now. And if you want to, I've got a bonus step for you, and this would be to join my school community, where you learn more about habits in depth, and also you get valuable resources like a 15-minute free call with me. Link is in the description for you if you want to check it out. And to finish this video, I finish with a quote from James Clear. You don't have to be the victim of your environment. You can also be the architect of it.